Let's see. I'm getting ready to make a series of videos here going over Splinterlands from a beginner's point of view. And so in this particular video, we're going to kick it off with let's talk about Splinterlands. What is the actual game? And I'm going to refer to the actual game as the aspect of what, most people would refer to as the game aspect. What do you play in the game? What do you do in the game? So let's get started. First, I'm your host. Axler Twinblade is my Splinterlands in-game name, and I go by NFO Guides or Info Guides here on YouTube as well as Twitch. So let's get started and talk about the game. Splinterlands. At its core, Splinterlands is a CCG or TCG, trading card collectible game or card collectible game. It plays or has the mechanics much like Magic the Gathering, where you collect and purchase packs of cards, and you then go ahead and you build teams and you play against other players with that deck of cards. So let's look at the first thing. So when you go into Splinterlands, after you make yourself an account, let's go ahead and look at the cards themselves. So this is my account. I've been playing Splinterlands now for approximately, I think, 3 years. So in here, you will see all the different playable cards. This doesn't necessarily mean, playable cards here means these are all ones I can play. And if you see them ghosted out with an S on it, that means it's like a starter card. And that's much like a starter pack if you start playing Magic the Gathering or another card game, physical card game. The rest of these cards, you can see, have 151, 328. The rest of the cards, you have multiples of them. But at its core here, these are just cards that you collect, and then you go ahead and battles with. And so let's look at how you would go about collecting the cards. Much like buying anything in the store, you can come over here to the shop and you can see packs, and you can purchase packs of cards. Now they have multiple different sets of cards and all this kind of stuff, but at its core, you just purchase a pack of cards, and when you open the pack of cards, you will get 4 commons as well as chance for a rare or higher card. Well, a guaranteed rare, a chance for higher than rare. Now that means in a pack you'll always get 4 commons and at least a rare card, and you can also get gold foil cards as well. So right now you can see here they have Rebellion as packs. Gems are sold out. This was another type or pack of cards here. And so let's go back over to, now let's take a peek at the marketplace so you can just see more of the card assets. So over here in the marketplace, you can see all sorts here. And on the left side here, you can see the different sets of cards. Now the different sets, let's go ahead and take a look at, in the beginning, there was elf. So these were the original set of cards, and so with these cards here, their artwork is a little bit older, as some would say out of date, but that's not necessarily true. Now with each set of cards, there are subsets. So here on Alpha, you can see the core set, which we'll turn that off, and you can see there was also 3 promo cards. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the beta set and turn this off. Beta set, you got new card frames and the different cards here. Now the basics of a card is you have a mana up here in the top left. The number on the right is just how many are on the market in this ribbon. This is magic attack, its speed, and its health. Pretty self-explanatory. Now in the game you will have 2 different types of cards. Let's go ahead and look here at the next set, which is Untamed. And what I mean by 2 different types of cards is you will have summoner cards, and you will have units or monsters. Every battle lets you pick one summoner and up to 6 unit cards. And you basically formulate your team based on those aspects. So now let's get into what's different between this and Magic the Gathering. At its core, you collect cards. You then make sure you have summoners and units. You have to have a summoner in order to place a unit in a fight. So at the core, you'd go over here to the battle. Now I'm not going to do a battle because battles are quick paced, and well, here I could replay a battle right here. So let's go ahead, and this is a list of previous battles here. There are 2 league formats, I should mention. There's a modern league, which is the newest 2 card sets. Let's jump back over here. The newest 2 card sets are Chaos Legion. This is what I have the most of. And Rebellion. So Rebellion is the newest card set, and it's currently for sale in the shop. So you can get packs in the shop as well. So over here in the battle, the modern format will use those 2 sets of cards. And when you start a battle, you will get a random rule set. So in this battle here, you can see some of the information. I'm going to go ahead and do a replay so we can talk about this particular battle. Okay, so we're going to start the fight. And I'm going to pause it so we can look at some things here. So when you build your team, I'm Axler Twinblade up here, you have rules. And this is what makes this game unique. You will get a set of rules of up to 3 different rules here. And you can see even Stevens, only monsters with even mana are able to be played. And then this here is only monsters with ranged attack can be used in battles. And here, all monsters have the opportunity ability. You have a mana cap of 19. And so when you look at this card, its mana is 8. The top left corner, it has 8 mana. Now we can only use 19. Now it's not showing the summoner, which is this card here, uses up some of the 19 as well. In this particular case, this uses 4, this uses 8, 2, 2, and 2. So 6 and 8. And then Quicks the Devious is a 4. I think that math works out. So, in the battle, the card you see here is the card that's in the front line of your attack. And the front position, if it's a melee attacker, which you can't see, these are all archers or ranged attack. And so in the front position, they attack first. Second position up to last. The only way these cards in the back line can attack is if they are a ranged attack, being magic or archers, or they are they have an ability that lets them do so. And so at space, you pick your team, and I will go back and show picking a team here in a second. But let me slow this down. And so when you play a battle, it's an auto battler. So all of the gameplay takes place before you actually start the fight. You don't, it's more like you are the general in an army, and you're going through and you are telling, you pick your troops, you pick your lineup, and then you send them off to battle. So all the strategy is in play, and you have to do all of that up front first. So this is how the battles will play out. We're not going to watch the whole thing here, but they're very quick. Every battle takes usually less than 5 minutes for a battle. That's from picking your team to the end of the fight. Okay, so let's go over here. And show you how you would go about picking a battle or doing a battle manually. Now I'm up in a high league, so the people I fight are pretty tough, and they'll probably beat me up here. But so in a battle, it's timed up, and this is a login I have to do, and we'll cover that in a future video. So here's my rules. It's random. Earthquake, I take damage if I can't fly. Arrows only, and legendary monsters may not be used in battle. I have 26 mana, and these are the elements I can play. Fire, water. So we got, as you can see here, there's a timer ticking down. So I've got a timer I gotta pick. The very first thing you're presented with is you have to pick your summoner that you want to play first. Now I want something with arrows and all this fun stuff, so I'm going to go with Yasik here. He has scatter shot, which makes arrows nice, and piercing goes through armor, and he increases the speed of all monsters I pick. Now it cost me 6 mana, so now I'm down to 20 mana that I can actually use. Now I'm going to pick right off the bat the lava launcher here, because the lava launcher has armor, this, and it has an ability here, close range, so it can attack from the front position. So now I'm down to very small amounts of mana left, so I'm going to click up here and only show me cards with small amounts. And we're going to go with this guy for 2 damage, this guy for 2 damage, this guy for 2 damage, and this guy for 2 damage. In general, usually, more cards in a lineup is better than less cards. So this gives me more attacks. And so now you would go ahead and proceed with the battle. At this point, my whole strategy is done. There's a lot more to strategy, but my whole strategy is done. You can see I'm up here. I have my main leading card right here. And so now we just watch the fight and see how my strategy works out. And so you can see right there, his first attack had blast. It damaged both my cards, and so it's looking very instantly like I'm not going to survive at all here. But that's what the game actually is. It's all about picking your strategy, your card lineups, all this kind of stuff ahead of the fight, and then going from there to see how everything turns out. And as you can see, I lost. So that is the game. That is what most people would call the game of Splinterlands. It's very much like Magic the Gathering when it comes to collecting cards. There is a difference though when you collect cards. Is a lot of times you, let me go here and say, what cards do I own? Let me reset the filters. So when you look at these cards here, let's take a look at this. He's a level 4. And to level up cards, unlike Gathering the Magic, when you get a bunch of common cards you don't want, you are able to go in with Splinterlands. And here, we're looking at this card here. This is a level 1 card. And you can see here's the one I own. And this is a level 4 card. And you can see I got extra abilities, more attack. So again, this is a level 1 versus a level 4. So you can level up these cards. This one here is a rare. And if we look at the stats, it will show you how many cards it takes to get to each level of the card. So you can combine 115 cards together, and you can get more abilities, you get more health. So each step of the way, you're getting more and more attributes on your cards. And this is, again, if you're looking at, you're the general in the game, you want to constantly work on trying to upgrade or level up your cards that you play with, so the next fights you get in, you have a better chance of winning. So ranked fighting is the main form of gameplay. And the second form of gameplay, of this type of gameplay is their events, and events are the same type of battles, but here you have different prize pools and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of people like this is extra ways to play the game and enjoy the game and go and like have competitions against, you know, a specific set of players and see how well you do in that competition. And again, these competitions have different ranges as well. So that is how you would go about just playing the Splinterlands game. And in future episodes, I will be going over uh, each individual piece part on the screen that you see here, and I'm just going to slowly go through the pieces and explain what they are, what they're all about, and how they blend into this game, and we will go from there. So until the next one, I would appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button, as well as, most importantly, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you go into Splinterlands Discord channel, you can find me in there as well under the name Axler Twinblade, which is the same as my in-game name. Thanks, everybody.